Okay, so we're on our second yellow jacket removal of the day, and this is a doozy. It's a big one. Getting ready to pull this thing out of the ground, and this was an old tree. They were entering through this root, old rotted root. This was an old tree that had died off and was removed, but the roots had been left behind in the soil and started to rot out, and the yellow jackets found a way in to this cavity.
Why these things are so dangerous. I mean, you can see them, they're all over me.
I had run the vacuum for nearly an hour beforehand to try to collect as many of the yellow jackets as possible coming back, but the activity was enormous, and even doing so didn't really cut the numbers by all that much. Once you see the nest, you'll see why.
It's just very, very dangerous when it comes to being in and around your property.
Yellow jackets will find these kind of spaces early in the spring. The queen will find the space and start to create her colony, and it will build over time throughout the summer until you really start to see the traffic coming in and out heavily.
When I say good size, I mean dangerously big. Dangerous.
Yellow jackets are by far the most aggressive, and they're so small. And here's the nest.
It's enormous.
It's approximately 12 inches wide at its widest, and it's likely to be 5 or 6 layers
Being inundated.
deep.
This thing's huge.
It's an enormous amount of yellow jackets here. They're so small. As I start to pull the layers apart, you can see truly how many were actually in this nest.
Oh man, look at that. There's just thousands.
Very dangerous when they reach a population size of this magnitude.
End of August. All over my phone.
You can see how many are in the air around the space once I unearthed it, but many of those are just returning workers. This was an absolutely huge colony, one of the biggest I've had this year.
They have like pillars that's combine these plates of comb. And now and again they get me. Through the pants. There's the queen. Goodbye, queen.
What you're about to see is a yellow jacket stinging my camera. These little buggers do not discriminate what they sting when they come out and you disturb their nest.
a fancy pastry. Each one of these is a future yellow jacket. This is a big one. This is the biggest I've come across this year. Got plenty of space down in this hole to create this monstrosity. I didn't take any video at the beginning of the activity, but there was so much activity here. I ran the vacuum for almost an hour before I even tried to disrupt this nest. And there's still quite a few in and around. Although the nest has been removed. There's still quite a bit around, so we're going to fill this hole back in with the dirt that I pulled and try to loosen this soil up. Eliminate these caves that they've been using as their entry point. I'm going to try to set this piece back up so it can be used as a decoy entrance for my vacuum. You can see they go right back to it. Because they knew we were supposed to be here.
I'll oftentimes try to recreate the entry point to collect as many of these returning workers as possible, but inevitably there's always some left behind. I did get a couple of stings from this removal, but it wasn't too bad. All in all, it went smoothly. I moved on to the next one.